Kelowna RCMP Green Team targeted illegal marijuana grow operations in the central Okanagan earlier this year with some astonishing results. Over a 4-week period, the Kelowna RCMP Drug Section, Special Enforcement Teams, Target Teams, Property Crime Units, and General Duty members created what is affectionately called the Green Team in order to target illegal marijuana grow operations. Focusing mainly within the City of Kelowna and acting on various tips, the Green Team was able to generate a number of investigations where sufficient grounds existed in order to obtain search warrants. In all, the team executed 16 separate search warrants on the houses and outbuildings of residential properties in Kelowna and Lake Country, as well as the Ellison and Joe Rich areas of the regional district. Of the 16 search warrants executed, 7 marijuana grow operations had personal use production licenses, but only 1 was found to be growing within their prescribed limit. A number of medical marijuana grow operations, including some that were not searched, were found to be interconnected by an intricate web of personal associations and residential addresses. In all, police seized over 10,000 plants, approximately 100 pounds of dried marijuana bud, over 14 grams of heroin, 6 grams of crack cocaine, outlaw motorcycle gang paraphernalia, firearms, cash, as well as hundreds of thousands of dollars in grow equipment and offense-related property. One homeowner found out the hard way about some of those economic costs. He hadn't inspected his rental property during its current tenancy and is now faced with an estimated $200,000 in repairs before the residence can even be occupied, let alone sold. A red "Do Not Occupy" sign has been placed on the door until it can pass a number of inspections, along with all the other illegal marijuana grow operations police disrupted. It was very unfortunate in that he hadn't inspected his rental property, and he was not aware of what was going on in his house, and now he's facing a huge uphill battle to get that back to even be occupied. There's some really good tips for landlords, but really the biggest one is do a credit check, know who you're putting in there in the first place, and then you have some rights that are given to you under the Landlord Tenancy Act. Know your rights and make sure that you're doing at least a monthly inspection. Obviously there's some stipulations with that, but you need to inspect your rental properties. If you're not doing the inspection, if you're say from out of province, then make sure that you have maybe a property management company that can do it for you.
So you're saying, are you saying in a roundabout way or directly that people with illegal operations are applying for and getting medical marijuana licenses in hopes that they can hide behind those and you'll stay away?
That's certainly what it appears to be at some level. There are, of course, legitimate medical licenses out there where people are under their amount and they're using it for the purpose, the appropriate purpose. But what we found was, 7 of the 16 were medical licenses, and all but 1 were over, which is indicative of production and possession for the purpose of trafficking, which is well known to be one of the avenues that organized crime uses to fund their operation.
Is there evidence that people with legitimate licenses are being targeted by organized crime and basically having those licenses taken over?
Certainly, any marijuana grow, whether it's legitimate or not, is a safety risk. They're always at risk of potential grow rip, as well as the inherent risk of fire and explosions. So there's still that element of risk there, regardless.
So when they go over the limit like that, do you seize everything, or do you just?
Yeah, and one of the things that we found anyway this time was, I know we've done the Green Team in the past where we've done X number of investigations, and we really we focus a lot on quality, but we really we pared it down a little bit because we were taking everything, and it was basically 1 a day because it was taking 8 hours to dismantle. So if you imagine all the venting and the air conditioning units and everything that's in there that's associated to the grow, it all had to be removed. And obviously there's some safety requirements that we have to do with the electrical and with refrigeration. So it was a very extensive job for every single grow. It wasn't, we didn't just go in and clip what they were over and leave the infrastructure. We were taking everything. The investigations are ongoing and charges have not been laid in all cases.